Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Xoneris coming at you with a great speedrun. Yeah, this is Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. Today I have a fantastic guest with me. Introduce yourself,
how
sir.
kind of you. I am Hutch T. I'm one of the moderators and speedrunners of the Uncharted series.
Exactly, and he's actually way better at this game than I am. I'm not sure why I'm playing and not he, but I mean, you know.
There's very good reason.
But yes,
I've been ill.
Wait, hold on, let me just check, just to make real sure, because I had some problems in the past with this. If the skins and everything are actually unlocked. Okay, yes, everything's here. Okay, just gave me a little heart attack here. All right, no, not load game. All right, this one and this one and this one. Normally you don't save the game because of autosaves are slow and stuff, but we will be doing here because it's a marathon run. And yeah, time will start right after I have selected the skin, which unfortunately the game needs to start for like a fraction of a second so we can go into the main menu. Normally the run would start when I like click skip movie here, but I quickly need to activate the skin. So Mr. Josh, what's the winner of the skin thing?
It is Donut Drake.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I hope you're literally a donut.
Not quite, but you will see in a bit.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you everyone for the donations. Yeah. Donut Drake wins.
All right, then run starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, this is Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. This is the first game in the Uncharted series. Funnily enough, it's the most broken game to speedrun out of the 4. But arguably like the worst casual game, in my opinion. It's like the better, or like the better the game becomes as a casual game, the worse it becomes as a speedrun. Like Uncharted 2 is a pretty okay speedrun. Uncharted 2 is like, it's okay, I guess. And Uncharted 4 like, kind of bad.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is a bit of a sore subject on speedrunning, when there's about 3 skips you can do pretty much the entire run of a run that's about 5 hours long.
Exactly, so this is the first chapter out of 22 chapters in total. The first chapter is totally boring. We have to endure this. There's nothing much interesting going on in this chapter. There are these pirate guys who try to, you know, board the ship, but we kind of don't want that to happen. So we stand here on the side and shoot them pretty much as early as we can.
And if you fall into the water, they become mermaids and they just come out from the water and drown you.
Oh, so yeah, that's a good point. If you fall into water, it's like game over. And also, this game is a little bit of magic, so if you look there in the back with the water, out of nowhere, there we go. There's a ship, suddenly appears out of nowhere. So that's fun. So, right now...
shoving Elena out the way.
Yeah, rude. Trying to do something funny right here. This doesn't help. This is on like a timer right now. There's nothing much we can do. I'm just slightly nudging inside the crate here. Didn't quite get it. Yeah, you can kind of hide inside the crate here. Kind of. And we just have to wait until our good friend Sullivan arrives.
Who is best character?
Yeah, probably. And yeah, we're in chapter 2. This is where kind of the real game begins. Or like the fun part of the speedrun.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
And yeah, we have some fantastic dialogue right here at the start.
That little barmaid didn't leave, or were you? Ha! Well, that was different. Although I must admit, equally as strenuous. Well, hang in there, old timer. Where'd We're just about there.
Alright, so first off, the kind of quickest method of speed in this game is jumping. Like, there are two different states Nathan, like the protagonist here, can be in just normal exploration walking mode or in combat mode. When he's in like the exploration mode, he does like his little walk jogging or something like that, and in that jogging walk it's faster to just continually jump just by a tiny little bit. If you're in the combat mode, he actually starts to run like every reasonable person would, because, you know, your life is in danger. And yeah, here's like the first big trick of the game, which you don't even realize is kind of a trick. If I can get it, of course not.
Nah, it's older than that.
It's just ever so slightly awkward because you have to get like a precise roll onto the base of the tree there so that you can actually climb on it.
There we go. Yeah, so if I didn't say that this was like a kind of a skip slash glitch, you probably didn't even know it was one. So what you try to do is you roll on the root of the tree right there, and because of that you're like in a higher elevation a little bit, and as it turns out, it's just quite high enough to jump to the very top of the thing right here, instead of climbing over the entire shebang, which saves, I don't know, like 30 seconds or so maybe. But because I failed it like 4 times, it didn't save that much time in the end. Alright, so coming up is like the big glitch of this game for the first time. Before I explain it, I will just show it to you. So there's this wall here, and you know, we don't like walls, so we just go through it. You want to explain how that works, friend?
It's not really certain what causes it, but we think that maybe the animation of Nate holding the gun up breaks Nate slightly, so that when you're up against the wall, if you're aiming in a certain direction and holding the stick left, when you spam aim, he just starts to slowly move through the wall until eventually just goes completely through it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty cool trick. And you don't even need to mash the aim button that hard. It's just like a kinda-ish fast, but you don't like need to completely destroy your hand. Like, it's pretty lenient. And yeah, you
On
just
the PS3 is actually much easier. So because the PS4 version of this, the FPS was doubled from 30 to 60, is actually slightly harder to do the aim clip through the wall.
Yeah, exactly. I urge everybody in chat who has this game to like try this out for yourself. You just stand at like a wall or something. You continually spam the aim button and move your analog stick inside the wall, and you should be able to go through the wall. So that's nice. As it turns out, the second chapter right here is basically like a long hallway of like sealed doors where you would need to do some puzzles and stuff to open the door, which is like the perfect place to showcase your ability to go through walls. There's actually some like exploration and some puzzles in the game, I promise, guys, but just not in like the first level. Yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff here. All of this here, that just might seem like a big like skip there, but it just saves a little bit of walking. It's actually funny, there's a lot of like glitches and skips and stuff that are in this game, but because this exists here where you can just go through every wall, most of the other glitches became like obsolete and not really that necessary. It's pretty funny how broken this game actually is. Also, here's
it's
a good
severely broken.
Yeah, here's a good case of you can actually go through invisible walls as well, which are a little bit trickier because the camera position on this nudging through wall thing is a little bit hold up, where am I? That was weird. My camera, like, am I through? Okay, yeah. So what you're doing right here, you go through an invisible barrier. you walk up to like the front of this like boat, and at the very front of the boat is a checkpoint, and you just reset the checkpoint and you're inside this boat. This entire boat here is a really long section of just walking and some cutscenes, so Mr. Josh, if you have like a donation or something to read out, there's like a perfect moment here.
Sure, okay. I will tell you about our sponsor for this event, which is HyperX. They've been sponsoring us. They have a bunch of prizes that they're giving us, but also they're doing this really cool thing where they're gonna match our first 800 subs that we receive this event. So you can see at the bottom of your screens, next to the donation total, you have the sub points total. We're currently at 200 and what is that? 65. It's hard to read it. Should have done that before. It's like talking. 265 subs out of 800 so far for this event. So yeah, for the first 800 subs we get, the Kingston HyperX are going to match $2.50 per sub. So yeah, thanks a lot. Get subbing and Twitch Prime.
I was just about to say, if you have these spicy Twitch Prime subs, feel free to leave them here, chat. Okay, anything? Anything you want to add to
that? There was one thing that you missed. That clip through the bottom of the boat. Depending on where you've got the camera angle, you can actually make the PlayStation completely crash to a blue screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Which existed on the PS3 as well. Not sure why, but it just completely crashes the system. So obviously that fails the run completely. So you have to be careful when you do that.
Yeah, that's like a thing for new runners of this game when they get to this part and suddenly their PlayStation 4 just keeps crashing and they're like super confused what's happening. Yeah, that's kind of why your camera needs to be at like a correct angle. And I certainly had a moment in the past where I did runs of this and I changed the angle a bit and the game would just completely crash on me every single time, and I was fuming. I was like, what the heck is happening right now? Alright, so we got through the boat, we got some essential informations about the story or something. I don't quite remember story of this. And we're now going backwards to like the first level. Like we're in like the first level but in reverse now, and there's some bad guys right now, but you know, we'll just shoot them.
Yeah, on Explorer this is really simple, but as soon as you go up to easy difficulty, which is what the PS3 runs used to be on, the enemies became about 2 or 3 times as hard, and you die pretty quickly.
Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, there's like... This game initially came out on the PS3, but Naughty Dog made a remastered version for the PlayStation... Oops, I kind of want that. Can you? Thanks. Yeah, they made a kind of a remastered version. There are like 3 main differences between these versions. Like the PlayStation 4 version has like double the FPS. It has a new difficulty setting called Explorer difficulty, and it has like the photo mode, which we will see a little bit later in the game, which is actually pretty useful for the speedrun. And yeah, I mean, frame rate is pretty obvious. It just like doubles the frame rate, which influences some of the glitches of the game. My buddy here mentioned a bit ago. There's also some other glitches that are influenced by this, which I will not be doing because I'm too bad at those. And the Explorer difficulty is like there's an easy difficulty and like Explorer difficulty is Explorer difficulty is basically if you want somebody who has never played a video game in their entire life want to play a video game, give them Explorer difficulty and they will feel great about it. Because the game literally gives you like an aimbot. Like, if you thought I'm like good at console games with my aiming, it's as sad as it is, I'm actually not. It's just the game gives you like an auto aim in Explorer difficulty.
Strangers trying to kill me, leave my map on a burning plane. Plane is missing.
Alright, so we're in a few things that you might have seen in the last chapter. It's like little things called like animation cancelling. For example, when he falls from like a great distance and normally he does a roll right after that, but if you shoot right at the same time, like the the animation of shooting has like a higher priority than the animation of like rolling, so he will just shoot instead, and then it looks a bit wonky. Also, water in this game is pretty cool, as you can see right here. Kind of. Whenever you touch water in the game, you just get elevated up to the highest position of the water, which allows us to skip this little part right here. Which might have seemed like a lot, but it's actually not a lot. And yeah, Chapter 4 is a little bit of a tricky thing. If we're walking through this entire chapter, and you might be thinking, man, this chapter is pretty boring, like nothing is ever happening here. That's because the game thinks that we're still at the very start of the chapter, because you're kind of supposed to open a lock and go through there and stuff. But we just glitched through the wall instead of opening the gate, and that's like the main reason. Like right here is like a big shooting area with tons of enemies, but because the game still thinks we're at the very start of the chapter, like they don't spawn, and you know, it's pretty cool. We can just go through most of this level unhindered by any enemies, which comes with a little downside. If I were to die at any point, I would need to start at the very beginning of the chapter, because like I said, the game still thinks I'm at the very start of the chapter.
You'll also notice that Nate is actually in combat speed at the moment. So going into this chapter, if you fire your gun after you've killed the last enemy, the game keeps you in combat speed. So for some reason, when you load in the next chapter, Nate stays in that state. Otherwise, obviously, you spawn at the start of the chapter with just a normal speed, which is a hell of a lot slower than his current speed.
Yes, this right here is a little bit of a Monka-esque part. If I would to fall into the water, I would need to start at the start of the chapter again, so let's hope I don't fall. This happened to me at the UKSG last weekend, or like 2 weeks ago. Okay, we got it. So at the right here at this bridge, there's like a hard-coded checkpoint, and now we're safe. Like if I were to die here, we would be back right here, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, that's actually kind of a little bit of a Monka-esque part there, but we got through it, so that's nice.
Well, it loses between 4 and 5 minutes on a speed run, so if that happens, the run's dead.
Exactly. Alright. And you know, just continuing our way here. There's some bad guys, but we don't really care that much, to be honest. Like there are 2 guys up there shooting us. Sir, could you... Thank you.
He just wanted to carry on swimming.
Yeah. He just wanted to take a quick swim. Because he's like all sweaty from all the running.
We're helping to burn off all that extra weight that he's got from the donuts. So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, for everybody who might be like new in chat, or like new, like Nathan Drake is actually not as chubby as he looks like. It's just a special skin you can select at the start of the game, or rather, pretty much at every point during the game. It's just a fun little thing. Okay, so here is one of the other kind of big glitches of the game that you can only get to see right here, kinda. So there's this barrel right here, and you know, you jump over the barrel and you're out of bounds, which is pretty cool. So what kind of happens is, as this is a cover shooter, you can take cover behind things, and when you jump behind the cover, over the cover, like Naughty Dog just kind of forgot to give like the Nathan Drake a little bit of a collision, and so he can just jump through the through like the invisible barrier there. It's a little bit dangerous because it's an explosive barrel, so if one of the bad guys were to shoot or like hit the barrel, it would explode. But funnily enough, a little bit at a different point of that level, there's like some crates where you can basically do the same thing. So if they blow up the barrel, you just lose like, I don't know, like 5 seconds or so maybe. Here I'm trying another like little clip, which it's not working right now. Sometimes clipping through invisible things is a bit tricky because you don't really see. Okay, let me try this again. By now it would have been slower to just take the casual way, but I want to get this, okay? Why is this not working? I think, there we go. Okay. Jesus. I did a practice run earlier, this went like...
You need to be aligned more with the tree as you do it.
Oh, you're right. There we go. There you see, this guy is actually way better at the game than I am. I'm not sure why I am playing right now.
You're fine. You've got this.
You alright if I butt in quick?
Sure. Or like just one quick thing right here, because this is a good moment for a good joke. So right now, Nathan Drake is also a magician, by the way. So currently you don't see anything, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a castle. All right, go ahead, Josh.
Okay, good. Thanks. Good lead. Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks everyone in the chat who's using this Prime subs, and especially the sub gifters. We've made it up to 272 sub points now. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're almost. Well, I say almost, but I'll say it. We're almost halfway to the 800 sub point goal. So yeah, remember. I'd like to point out there are sub points as well, not just raw subscribers. So if you do like a tier 2 or a tier 3 sub, it will reflect that count. So yeah, that's what the sub points means. All right, so yeah, thanks a lot everybody, and yeah, keep subbing, donating, and cheering. I saw some cheers too.
Yeah, thanks a lot for all the subs, guys. We greatly appreciate it. It's very cool, especially all the gift subs. It's highly appreciated. All right, so at the very start of the castle wall or something, there's like this vine. And you can do an infamous skip called the vine launch. Back in the days of PS3, it was actually pretty easy. Or like, kinda easy. And you would just fling upwards to like the top of this building right here. But in the PS4 version, it's like quite difficult, and I think I never quite got it. Yeah, this is also like the frame rate thing, because the game runs with double the frame rate. It like checks at like double the amount of time if you like can actually get the glitch, so it's kind of annoying.
It's funny to look at though.
No, grenade feels bad. So here's a awkward little thing you need to do. Yeah, in order for you to open this gate, you first need to glitch through the gate and like glitch back. Otherwise, like the game will not let you open the gate for some reason. It's awkward. I don't know. And also the guys in the room, they can throw grenades at you, and if you're really, really unlucky, they throw a grenade like literally between your legs, and you need to like stop. Because even in Explorer difficulty, like a grenade between your legs still kills you instantly. If it's like just a meter away from you, you survive, but if it's in front of you, you dead.
There is there is a skip here, but it's really bad to do, and it's really inconsistent. There wasn't it was found fairly recently called the crank skip. And essentially what you do is you clip one of the walls in the most awkward place before you jump into this water, and you essentially skip one of those cranks, but if you fail it, you just drop into the water anyway. So you either just continue or you can try it again, but it's very awkward.
Yeah, I never really tried it because it's kind of hard.
I have. It's awful. I'm not gonna lie. It's quite a bad one to do.
Yeah, there's some really hard tricks in this game. If you wanna get like one of the top times on the leaderboard, you need to do most of these like kind of hard tricks, and it's kind of awkward and awful. And that's why I'm like somewhere in like the middle of the leaderboard or so. Oh yeah, by the way, this here is chapter 6. This chapter is a little bit annoying because technically, right at the start of the chapter, you could go to like the end of the chapter. But Naughty Dog programmed like the level end trigger in a way that you need to activate certain checkpoints beforehand. The first one is in this like hallway. And after that you need to follow like a series of different like checkpoints on the way in order for like the level end trigger to even appear, which is like really weird. It would be so much nicer if you could just go to the end and like it would save like, I don't know, 2 minutes or so maybe.
But that's the thing, if you do the Airwalk category, you can like essentially walk from chapter 4 all the way up to like chapter I think you can actually get up to chapter
13, I think, or 12.
Yeah.
I think it's 12.
I think it's 13. No, I think it is actually 13.
I don't quite remember.
I know you can easily get to 12, but I think if you get the right angle, you can get to chapter 13. But unfortunately you end up running into essentially nothing for about
6 minutes or so, I think.
Yeah, 6 minutes of just nothing.
There's like a good moment to explain. Like this is any percent no airwalk, and there's this trick called Airwalk, which is super dumb, which basically just lets you walk like everywhere you want. Nice. That looked goofy. And yeah, as he said, I think world record is like 21 minutes or something. It's ridiculous. You can go from chapter 4 to chapter 11, 12, 13 in a span of like 6 minutes. It's pretty ridiculous. Like it's kind of a fun run to watch it once, but more than once it gets kind of boring because you just walk through the air and through everything for like a bunch of times. And it gets old rather fast, but like once it's kind of interesting to watch. And yeah, this right here is like the end of the level. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I hiccuped.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so there are these two guys. You kill one of them and the other guy shoots you. Like it doesn't matter which one. It's always the same. And now we are in chapter 7. This is like a really big auto-scroller level where you are in this Jeep right here and Elena's driving. And yeah, it's kind of boring. So Mr. Josh, if you have some bits or some donation or blurbs or anything, feel free to read some of them.
Alright, yeah, sure, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the for the continued sub gifting and stuff. We're at 274 now. But I'd like to remind you what we're raising money for this event. ESA is actually raising money for itself and other speedrunning marathons. Yeah, because of the whole coronavirus outbreak, there's a lot of increased costs and event cancellations and stuff happening around this time. So a lot of speedrun events are being hit a bit. So we decided to put on this online-only marathon on a bit of a short notice to try to help out ESA and other affiliated events' increased costs. So yeah, thanks a lot for helping us keep putting on these awesome events, especially the in-real-life ones, where everyone... Yeah, it really helps the speedrunning community to have a big hub where everyone can come meet up at least like once a year. So yeah, does great work for the community and helps raise money for charity too at those big events. So yeah, thanks a lot for donating and subbing and all that good stuff to ESA.
Yeah, my controller here is I don't know what's happening. I can't do anything anymore. This is a bit awkward. I mean, there's certainly a bunch of guys here.
I think this could be it for Nate.
Jesus, there's some good drivers here. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, okay, I guess. Oh yeah, this guy as well, by the way. See you later. No, I'm just kidding, by the way. Haha, my controller. My controller is perfectly fine.
You joker, you.
As it turns out, in this auto-scroller level, you only need to kill like the first 3 enemies, and then you can just like chill. Here as well, by the way, and you know, you can just chill. This ties into this. This is like a good moment again for the Explorer difficulty. This is like a perfect like place to showcase like how easy, like how infinitely, ridiculously easy this Explorer difficulty is. Like, I don't need to do anything, and I'm fine. Like even on easy difficulty, you would have died like 3 times by now. So it's insane.
Well, I think they realised when they made this remaster the stupidity of the difficulty ceiling, like between all of the difficulty modes, and they just thought, well, we'll stick in an Explorer and make it super easy.
But because I'm actually, of course, a god at this game, see me snipe these 3 guys down from their motorcycles without destroying the motorcycle.
That is...
I used to be a competitive Halo Pro back in the day for MLG.
I was going to say, that's, you know, professional aiming.
And yeah, that's it for the auto-scroller. I hope you enjoyed. It's also like the one thing that I always enjoy about the autoscroller is you can just watch the guys basically kill themselves, like because they drive into each other, they drive into trees, they drive into walls. It's super hilarious, and it's always fun to just watch.
You alright for a quick donation?
Sure, go ahead, friend.
Alright, we just got a $5 donation from our good friend Jackahearts227. He says, "Hey Xoneris, did you remember to unlock the right costume this time?"
Yes, I actually have. Here, I give you a quick second to view it in all its glory.
Nice. And yeah, Jackahearts put their $5 towards the Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes bid war that's happening right now. That's the upcoming run, and it's a bid war between Meryl or Otacon ending, and they're actually tied right now. They're both at $25.
Oh,
yeah, he's done that intentionally, I think. So yeah, if you wanna change the outcome of that, please get your donations in now, because this will be for the next run. It's at the end of the next run, so we'll probably be raising money for that the whole run. But yeah, get started now, and you can start deciding bid. So yeah, thanks a lot for the donations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jack. I appreciate it. And yeah, this was, or right here is one of the 3 jet ski sections of the game. Thank God we can skip one of them, because the jet ski controls are absolutely abysmal. Like, I got used to it by now, but like everybody says these controls are like really bad.
Jet ski sections are awful.
Yeah, exactly. So here is one part where you can finally get to see the photo mode, which is this right here, which you by now might know from like other games where you can just pause the game and take cool screenshots and stuff. Right here it's pretty useful. You can just jump, go into photo mode, and basically use that as like a buffer for the game to load. Because essentially we just skipped an entire chapter right here. Which also comes with a little bit of a downside. Because we skipped an entire chapter, the game is like super confused where we as a player are supposed to be in right now. And this entire balcony section is like big dangerous, because if I happen to fall down, I would kind of soft lock. But because I'm, of course, a professional at my video game, this will not happen. Hopefully. I shoot the lock. Okay. Made it. Easy. And yeah, then we clip into here, and here is chapter 11. And here's a bunch of guys. The guy on the turret is a little bit dangerous because the turret actually deals a lot of damage. Wow, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Sniped.
The weird part is that he got off the turret and then immediately got back on it.
Yeah, what you essentially try is like you shoot the guy up there to like make him, oh shit. Yeah, to make him scared and go off the thing, because he's like the only dangerous part in this room. And after that you walk over here, glitch through the wall, and go over here. Yeah, and here are some more, like you've seen this throughout the entire run, but here's some animation cancelling as well, because Nathan Drake has like a special going up and down stairs animation, which is like super slow, and you just shoot the entire time to like override that animation. Yes, explore difficulty, by the way. Alright, making our way to some more jet ski parts, which are... yikes. Like, what's your opinion about the jet ski sections?
The only word that I could describe for the jet ski sections is awful. They're really bad, especially this part.
Yeah, here are these 4 guys. For some reason, you need to kill all of these 4 guys before you can hop onto this one. Okay, here's something funny. I promise to God, what you're seeing right now is not a glitch. This is Naughty Dog intended gameplay. I mean, if you're looking at this, you might not see anything wrong. I will not explain. Chat, can you figure out what's wrong right here? Because it doesn't seem insanely glitchy, but maybe somebody in chat will figure out that something here is not quite right. Yeah, but on this entire thing, there are these explodey barrels. We kinda don't want to drive in those, so we shoot them a bunch. If we were to drive into one, we would, I think, die. I think. I'm not even exactly sure because of the Explorer difficulty. If they explode very, very near you, you live, but I think if you drive into one, you're dead.
Well, some of chat got it, because some of them noticed that Elena's constantly shooting.
Exactly. Elena, for some reason, has a gun with infinite ammo, and like I said, this is intended right here. This is not a glitch. This is just here. I think it's this way because generally you can't drive and aim at the same time. I think the intended intended thing you were supposed to do is like slow down, aim, and then shoot, and then drive again, and then stop and shoot again. But you know, we don't do this in these parts of the speedrun world. We go fast and we just ignore all of that. And in this case, it's just highly appreciated that Elena just has an infinite gun. The one bad thing that Elena doesn't really have is insanely high aiming skills, because or like very inconsistent aiming skills, because sometimes she can like snipe a barrel from like a kilometer away, but like the one literally in front of her, she misses like 10 times in a row.
And then you drive straight into one of those barrels and end up dead.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
Yeah, exactly. I lost a few runs where exactly that happened. I was in this jet ski part and she just drove into a barrel and were like big sad times. Like, Elena, please. But yeah, we're done with that. And now we're in chapter 13. Here is your friendly reminder that this game has 22 chapters. I have no idea what the timer is on right now, but if you do some simple math, you would assume that this might not be okay if there are 22 chapters. And yeah, here is where the game gets like super broken, because chapter 13 until 21 are all in like the general same area, in like the same vicinity. And yeah, we will be we'll be starting to skip some chapters in their entirety, which is nice. So here's a little bit of a scary part. Alright, got him. Like, this jump I did is like looks way like more difficult than it actually is, at least in my mind. Right here we walk into a checkpoint and restart, otherwise we can't really progress from here on out. And yeah, what you're about to see is going to look really weird, and like the next few minutes will be So there are some guys here. I quickly need to take care of those. Alright, there we go. And... okay, hopefully this works. He didn't...
It may work.
He didn't jump, but I think it's still fine. Hey, it worked. There we go.
Yeah, as long as you pause quickly enough there, if you fail to jump and just fall down, as long as you pause quickly enough, you've still got enough height before the floor loads in. But it is quite...
like
normally you would just fall through.
Yeah, the main problem is rather Elena. For some reason, if you jump without pausing and letting the game load the area you're in, Elena just, like, because the area deloads, she falls into the void and you get like a game over or something, which is like super awkward because your NPC buddy dies. It's super weird. This right here is the infamous puzzle room. There's a rather hard trick in this game called the puzzle skip, where you could skip this room. Technically I can do it, but I haven't done it in like quite a while, and there's like a lot of difficult things that go into it. And if you fail it once, you lose more time than you could possibly gain. So I just rather go for the safety here.
I think the reason for that is because you can't grab the chapter 15 checkpoint during the run, because if you do, you lose your combat running speed. So then you can't do the puzzle skip. So you have to do it from the start of the section where you shoot those guys inside the ruins. And that's quite a big loss. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it is quite a big loss.
Yeah, that was like the only puzzle you get to see in this speedrun, I think. You just... there are these symbols and you change them, and if you change the right ones, like a portal to the nothingness will open. Actually, it just looked like this because we skipped some stuff. It just looks fine. Alright, so remember when I started the game, I told it like there are actually a lot of game-breaking glitches in this game that you don't really get to use, like, ever. Here's another one of these examples. I'm gonna show it before I explain. So you do this, and you do this, and you do this. Easy. So you basically do just a jump mid-air. And that sounds like OP, but you can only use it here. Which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, here's the only unskippable cutscene in the game, so please enjoy quality voice acting.
Hey, Bullet! Last man alive gets the gold. You lose. Kill them.
The laugh gets me every time.
Hey, bully!
Yeah, here's actually a kind of a mandatory fight. There's a lot of guys here. But because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a retired Halo pro gamer, you can see my insanely awesome aim here. These guys with like the... Oh, there's still a guy in the background. Dude, have you seen that headshot? What a god. Okay, there's still someone here, I think. I heard him shoot. Where is he? Okay.
No,
Elena?
you've lost combat speed. You're okay.
Oh, yeah. But I heard someone shoot. Maybe Elena killed him. I don't know. But yeah,
if you don't kill those guys, she will just randomly collapse and die.
Exactly.
She doesn't even get a shot. She just collapses for no reason.
Yeah, if you jump over there where I just jumped and not all of the guys are dead, Elena just feels like not living anymore. Alright. Doing some stuff right here. And now there are like, I don't know, 7, 8 people trying to kill us, but we will be mostly ignoring all of them. Hopefully not use too much shotgun ammo, that would be kind of bad. And just make our way up here to see our friends here soonish. Here's some more nice voice acting, by the way. This one I like in particular. Listen, chat.
Now you're heavier than you
Kinda ironic.
Looks like an old hoist or something. There's a rope. I'll try to lower it down to you.
I don't know why, but I just like the word hoist.
Oh, I see a tunnel.
I'm not exactly sure what it means, but I just like the word.
So falling down that hole while she's still talking shuts her up quickly and like brings the cutscene in. So killing yourself shuts her up, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we are trapped with these weird guys and our good old buddy Eddie something. Yeah, this guy right here. He's like an important NPC in the story, which you've never seen so far. But he's actually kind of important, kind of, sort of. And yeah, you have these zombie guys things. Cursed people. And they come out of these holes on the side. They're actually on like a fixed circle, like cycle. All of them come out of the same hole every time. But I'm kind of lazy and like forgot where they come from, so it looks like it's random because I'm just a bad speedrunner. And you just kill.
It took me a long time to memorize where they were coming out from.
Yeah, and then at the second part, like they were like the first part of the fight, and this is the second part. The second part is actually, I actually don't know if they're fixed or not. It doesn't really matter. You just wait for Elena to lower the hoist or the rope or whatever. Here's a good thing to show you, by the way. I just lovingly call this the spin to win. If you just keep shooting and like run in circles, like this happens.
It just becomes a rotating turret.
Come on, Nate.
All right. I mean, man, Drake must. I also found it like kind of ironic. Nathan Drake telling Elena, "You're heavier than you look." That was kind of ironic. Also talking about Elena, it was fun having her as my partner, but she will die now, as you can see. Like she's like so far behind, and all these zombie guys have caught up to her already.
Yeah, but the best part is they completely ignore her, just run straight past her.
Oh wait, she's still here. How did she survive? What? All right.
Magic.
All right, so we are in chapter 18, the bunker. Please remember that, chat. That is very, very important. We glitch through this like iron gate and jump to this ladder right here. And now pay close attention, because this is gonna blow your mind. Nice.
Mind blown. Boom.
Yeah, we just basically skipped 2 chapters, because chapter 18, 19, and 20 are like all in like all of the, it's like a big circle, and like the end is just basically at the start. You just need to glitch through the gate right there and jump onto the ladder, because the ladder has some kind of hard-coded level end trigger, which is really nice. And yeah, we're slowly closing in on the end of the run. There's only like 2 chapters left. Technically right here,
one of them is really close to the other as well.
Yeah, technically here you're supposed to fight like, and I'm not exaggerating here, a bazillion guys. Also here in this church, you're also supposed to fight 7 quadruple gazillion dudes. But thank God we can just skip this by like skipping into this like table, and there's like this hole here somewhere. And yeah, the level end triggers here. And now we're in chapter 21, which is my least favorite chapter, because it like, I don't know, I don't know. It's like the shortest chapter in the entire game. Like, I'm not gonna use a single glitch in this entire chapter, and it will be over in like 30 seconds. It's just like the chapters at the start of the game were rather lengthy, but the further you get into the game, like chapter become like shorter and shorter and shorter. It's weird. Like you just go up these stairs right here, not get punched by this guy or this guy in an optimal case. Ooh, that guy was flying. And you jump over to this thing, and chapter's over. That's weird. And yeah, right now we are in the last chapter of the game, Showdown. And I kid you not when I say there are another 7 gazillion fights here. Which, luckily, we can skip all of those by clipping into, like, these walls and barrels.
It might not look like it, but this boat does fit 7 gazillion people on it.
Yes, and technically I'm supposed to go up here, but I want to show you guys something real quick, because this is funny. So if you go through here, you might not be able to see it from here, but there's like this AK floating in mid-air right there, and the best.
Try and go into photo mode. That might.
And the best part about it, it has collision. Look at this.
Oh.
What a great video game, friends. Poetry right here. Chubby man hanging from AK in the middle of nowhere. Alright, let's get back on track. I forgot, we're supposed to fight like the big bad guy. And yeah, time is coming up fairly soon, Mr. Tech Guy. So you have this guy right here. And what you do, he's the final fight. It's gonna he's like really strong. We just jump over, punch him in the face. Which you, by the way, can't do on any other difficulty than Explorer mode. If you just jump over, he insta-kills you. But in Explorer mode, you can do that. And time coming up very, very soon. And punch, punch, kick, and time! Woo! That was pretty good. I didn't die to this guy like 5 times in a row as I did in the UKSG.
I was going to say, like, please don't fail that.
Yeah, for some reason at UKSG I failed this fight like 5 times in a row. Yeah. I'm feeling fairly good about like the time. I don't feel like I wasted too much time on dumb stuff. So what's the time?
Fair, even throwing off a couple of things. That's not bad at all, really. 49:37.
Sorry again?
49:37.
Wasn't my estimate 50 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty close to the estimate.
But you still technically showed off a couple of things, so it's fine. You're under.
I also would like show off the last cutscene of the game. There's like a minute or so maybe. And this is just like, without sarcasm, this is a great cutscene.
Yeah, save the world.
We're ahead of schedule, so I think that's fine.
Nice.
Really?
I'll make the official decision.
Thank you, based Josh.
Oh well, you know, I did manage to save one small thing. Here, I thought you might miss this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the best part here coming up.
You two got a funny idea of romantic. Sully! Wow, you look like hell. You should see the other guys. Got us a boat.
We already have a boat.
Yeah, big boat. I like this one better. Sully, you beautiful son of a bitch! Borrowed it off a couple of pirates who were too dead to care.
I liked their boat better.
Sorry you didn't get your story.
No, that's all right. There'll be other stories. You still owe me one.
I'm good for it.
Insert uplifting music.
Happily ever after.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Until Uncharted 2.
Exactly. And until Uncharted 3. And Uncharted 4. Yes, so, I mean, if we're super far ahead of schedule, there's like a quick thing I could show off, like the Airwalk, which we're not allowed to do in this category. If I have it unlocked, actually, I'm not sure.
I'll let it up to Tech Man. What do you think, Tech Man?
How much
Oh.
time do you need?
I don't know, like 30 seconds to a minute. It's like pretty fast.
Go do it.
Oh wait, that's buttons. Okay.
You can do your final shout outs while you're doing it.
All right. Yeah. What I'm about to do is like I said, the Airwalk that is not allowed in the category you just saw.
Strangers trying to kill
This is like the best place to do it.
Lady's missing.
There's this tweak or like this bonus thing right here, rewards tweaks, where you can go into super slow motion, and the game goes into super slow motion. And what you do while you're doing this,
Great start.
and actually this, you just mash the aim button, and yes, this happens.
And the world doesn't exist around Nate.
Yes, exactly. And you just keep walking forward until the end of times. Nothing stops you, no collision, nothing. You just walk forever. And this is the way you can get from chapter 4 to chapter 12 or something. Right now I would just walk like 6 minutes into the never-ending void. But yeah, thanks a lot everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed Uncharted. Big shout out to my man Hachti here. Big shout out to the Uncharted community. There was a influx of new runners recently, which is super nice. Yeah.
This community's pretty cool, so if you are interested, join the Discord. And come and chat with us. We're all super helpful, so we welcome anyone.
And yeah, like I said, I'm Xoneris. If you want to watch more quirky, funny speedruns, feel free to leave me a follow if you feel like it. And otherwise, please enjoy the rest of the marathon. And well,
Wow. Poor Nate.
All right. Thanks a lot, Xoneris. So yeah, coming up next, we got Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes by Tyler 2022. It might be 2022, I'm not sure. That is on the extreme difficulty on GameCube. So we got coming up next. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with the next run shortly.
bye.